Hello and welcome, friends. This is Diljan Singh. I'm a registered migrant agent working with Aussizz Group as a Collins Street branch. And with me today is Mr. Kamaljeet Singh. He is also a registered migrant agent working in the same branch. And welcome, Kamaljeet.
Thank you, Mr. Singh.
Yeah. So, can you tell us what are we talking today and what is the topic we are discussing?
Yes. Hello, viewers. My name is Kamaljeet Singh. I'm a registered migration agent. Today we have joined again. Thanks for introduction, Mr. Diljan Singh. Today we'll be basically talking about, we have been hearing a lot of things about 189 invitations. People have got a lot of questions, while we are slowly going into this video session, guys. It's all about focusing on 189 invitation. Before that, guys, I'm happy to announce that we are opening a new office.
That's absolutely, yeah. As you can see behind,
Yes, Mr.
we are
Singh.
opening a new branch in Truganina.
Yeah.
And anyone in that area, it's easier, closer to your place. So you can definitely visit if you need any help with the migration or education matters. And we are ready to help you there.
Yes, definitely, guys, because, a lot of, we have seen Punjabi, South Indian, and moreover Gujarati community, being located permanently now in Thane,
yeah.
Truganina areas.
Yeah.
So it was, again, good decision made by our directors to open up a new branch in Truganina. It's going to be level 2203 Palmers Road is the address, guys. The number is written on the screen. You can WhatsApp them. Our registered migration agents will be assisting you with your visa matters, AT matters, or your education inquiries.
All right.
So, yeah.
Yes, Kamaljeet. So we have just seen that we had a invitation round very recently. Can you tell us what is basically an invitation round and how does it work?
Okay, Mr. Singh, invitation round is a round where, people who have submitted their expression of interest, means who are looking to get permanent resident in Australia, they will be getting invites. Okay, from the department. What does that mean is if you want to get permanent in Australia, you can't just apply PR under general skill migration. You must submit an expression of interest. Invitation rounds are where those expression of interest are selected by department. Now they are coming up with this, sort of very hectic, I should say, or frustrating pattern, of making the selections, of inviting people. Okay, so yes, so invitation is round is again, where a person gets invite to lodge his permanent resident visa.
All right. So the visa we're talking about, is that point-based stuff? And can you just explain something how the points are calculated and how it works in that sense, so that people offshore can know about it, and obviously onshore people are aware of that. So can we just discuss on that?
Yes, definitely. General skill migration visas 189 190491 family sponsor and department basically gives us the invite. These are point-based visas. Given that we have got different sort of criteria, different sort of occupations, different sort of, we can say, considering the points, how we're going to increase the points, age, qualification, work experience, English, your studies. Another, we can say, the third party points where we can claim from professional years. So yes, it's a point-based visa. The higher the points, there are high chances to get the invite.
All right. So talking about the points, can you just specify what are the minimum requirements, and is there any higher point requirements, or just basically just you qualify with the minimum and then work on the points to increase your chances?
Yes, Mr. Singh, the minimum points everybody knows it's 65. We can always advise people to increase their points. Now we can see a lot of people have started commenting as well, Mr. Singh. Again, guys, we'll be slowly, Diljan's gonna be questioning us slowly while we are going into the session. So just stay with us, don't get panic. We'll try to sort give you the answers for the questions. But minimum points required is 65. We always advise our candidates to increase the points, which gives them best chance to get the invitation for 189 or another state sponsors, categories 190 or 491. But minimum points required is 65. Another criteria is you must have a mandatory skill assessment. Skill assessment is mandatory. Without skill assessment, we won't be able to, justify what kind of occupation we are coming into.
Yep.
And your English, competent English is the minimum requirement. Yes.
Okay. So like since we are talking about the 189 visa invitation rounds, so we have seen that the department has basically invited people from offshore, most of them, right? But they have given invitation to onshore as well. So how you see the trend working, and is there any specific importance given to offshore or onshore? How does it go about?
See, that's what I said at the start, Mr. Singh, that immigration is coming up with this sort of a ridiculous, selection pattern.
Okay.
There are a lot of candidates who are sitting on 90 to 95 points in Australia. They haven't got invites.
Yep.
They are selecting candidates from outside Australia sitting on 65 points.
Okay.
I don't know how they are working, how they are selecting, but it gives me a little bit of hint. We'll be discussing that further, discussing how they are going into. But yes, it's very frustrating for all those students, who were in Australia during this pandemic, trying to help the country, recover from this pandemic. I don't know why department, or some person, I don't know whether he's playing Tesla over there, or I don't know how it's going to work. But yeah, they are more focusing on offshore applicants.
Yeah.
In regards to 189.
Yeah, maybe they're thinking of bringing in more people because they know the people in Australia are available, so that's fine. So we have seen, recently that people from the trade occupations have also been invited. So what would you give advice to the people, those who are offshore and working in the trade occupation? See, again, where there are sad faces, there are lots of happy faces which are outside Australia. Mr. Singh, people who never expected invites have been invited with 65 points minimum, even considering trade occupations and some other odd occupations apart from, health professions. Yeah.
Okay, so I would probably advise, if you are a trade person who is living outside Australia and you are looking for a PR visa option, especially 189, to get your skill assessment done and lodge your EUI. The way this pattern is going on of selections, no one predicted that this kind of situation will exist. But now the way department is selecting people from offshore, there are chances that you might be getting the invitation soon. Again, people who are living in Australia are gonna come up with these angry faces on. Why department is doing this? Of course, we are confused to understand the situation, but sometimes it's political sort of stunts, which ministers will take on, to attract the skilled labor. Yes. We have had a lot of queries, and the main issue what we have seen recently, that people have put in an expression of interest around maybe 1.5 years, 2 years back, and now they have got an invitation. But again, most of them have something or the other expired. Some of them have the skill assessment that are expired. Some of the English expired. So what would you say if somebody is in that situation when they have received a 189 invitation, but some of the documents are expired? See, again, Mr. Singh, it's pretty understandable that, people who had lodged 189 EUIs from offshore, they were never even expecting an invite.
That's right.
Okay, now even our offices are offshore. We had submitted EUIs, where candidates have just lodged the EUI and everybody just disappeared because of this pandemic. No one was even expecting those invitations. Given that department has started selecting, I don't know how they are selecting, why you are even selecting a person, whose skill assessment has expired. So if someone is doing it on purpose, I'll probably say, they shouldn't do that, because you are inviting someone whose skill assessment is expired, or whose NATI is expired, or English is expired, especially candidates from offshore. Now it's very hard, Mr. Singh, to get the invites for 189, especially because it's straight PR pathway.
That's right.
But giving the invitations when the person has got skill assessment expired, or English, or NATI, or whatsoever, basically, it's no use.
Yes, wastage of invitation.
Yes.
Right. So if somebody has got an invitation and something is expired, so would you advise them to lodge a visa, or it's straight no?
No, that's a straight big no. Because it is a requirement of the visa itself that at the time of invitation, when you got the invite, everything which was mentioned in the EUI, from your skill assessment to your English, must be valid.
Okay. So next thing we just come to is that what happens like if somebody's got an invitation and like you have 60 days to apply for your visa, right? And if somebody's skill assessment or as you said, the CCL or the English test is expiring in that time. So is he eligible or should he lodge it before that? How does it work?
So is it expiring or has it expired already?
No, basically what I'm saying, if suppose somebody's got an invitation today and his visa is one of the documents is expiring maybe 2 days, so should he go ahead with lodging his application before that expires?
Yeah, see again, if someone has got the invitation, okay, and you have got a valid document, even if it expires in 1 or 2 days, still it's fine.
Okay.
But if you have got the invitation and your English is expired,
Okay.
and you think that I've got 60 days to lodge the visa, I can grab another English score and submit that one. No,
Okay.
it won't work. As I've mentioned you guys, that make sure again when you are into this kind of a situation, guys, especially people, if you are watching this video from outside Australia, if you have got invitations on for 189 on your EUIs and your documentation like your skill assessment, your English, or your NATIs or your professional years have expired, do not go ahead and lodge the visa.
All right. So basically what you're saying is it's just the time of invitation criteria. So whatever you have mentioned, it must be valid when you get an invitation.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
So in this case, like we have seen with the queries I was talking about, so most of them, especially from offshores, they have something that has expired. So what happens to the invitation they have? So that's basically a sort of a wastage for the invitation from the.
So yeah, Mr. Singh, again, maybe the people who are onshore, they won't like this answer. Number of invitations which have been given to people from offshore, to our best understanding, they have been wasted. Because if the skill assessment is expired, English is expired, people were not even expecting the invites, they don't have English score. Now, again, it's not immigration's fault, because his, onus goes on the applicant himself. The responsibility, he's responsible for lodging the EUI and making sure that, his EUI is up to date.
Okay, that's right.
That's not immigration's problem.
Okay.
Yes. So yes, basically that invite has gone wasted. Because either way, even if he gets the invite, he lodges the visa is gonna get refused. Okay. So he has basically wasted one of our EUIs.
All right. So the best advice we would give is that whenever there's a change in circumstances or change in points, and if something is expiring, you should get it validated and update your EUI as soon as you can, so that you don't have this sort of a scenario where you get an invitation and you are not in a position to lodge your visa.
Yes.
So the next question is from a viewer, is Karan, and he's asking that I have a skill assessment as a RN, aged care, but I forgot to update my EOI, and now I have been invited for 189 under occupation RN MEC. What do you advise me? And should I lodge the visa?
See again, Mr. Singh, he has got the skill assessment as registered nurse aged care.
Yeah.
And he's saying that he forgot to update his EUI, yes?
Yep.
So he's already answered me his own question that if he forgot to update his EUI, that means his visa is gonna get refused because you do not have a valid skill assessment current. So make sure, don't go ahead and lodge the visa. Just submit a new EUI because you're a registered nurse, but everybody's, basically hating nurses nowadays.
Yeah.
So of course you're gonna get invited in the next round. Just submit a new EUI with proper skill assessment, and you'll get the invitations soon.
Okay. All right, Karan, I think that should answer your question. And the next question we have is from Rajan. And he said that I've been invited as a motor mechanic and I claimed employment points for 4 years of work experience from UAE. And now it was like basically last year, that's what he put in his UAE. So now I've been invited with 5 years of employment claimed automatically. What should I do in this case?
See again, Mr. Singh, this is very unfortunate for the skilled worker. That when he lodged the EUI, he was only holding 4 years of work experience, so he was getting points for 3 years.
3 years, yeah.
But EUIs are such thing which will be automatically updated in regards to age, employment, and all those kind of things.
Okay.
So it won't tell you that your PT has expired. Okay, but it will automatically update the points.
Okay.
If you don't, keep up to date your EUI. So in this situation, I will, say to Rajan that you should not lodge your visa.
Okay.
Again, given that if you are still working, okay, as a motor mechanic and you have been working as 5 years in UAE, okay, so you go ahead. But if you believe you have not done 5 years,
5 years, okay,
and your points have been claimed, then there are chances the visa might get refused.
Okay. So moving on to the next question, we have from Samuel. He says that I have lodged my EOI as never married in the option, and he got married last year, right? So he said he never updated his EOI. So can he swap his points for never married to skilled married partner and provide the skill assessment and English right now?
See, again, Samuel, this is not like we are sitting in a cold or a safe way, making all this mix and match, $5 for $2 or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a very serious business, Mr. Singh. People should understand that when the EUI, first of all, it's very hard to get invite nowadays.
Yeah.
Okay. Secondly, lodging a EUI which is incorrect is another situation.
Yeah.
Getting the invite and killing the invite is because you're basically wasting the invite.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, if you're lodging EUI, just keep them up to date. Okay, make sure the information filled in EUI is correct. Okay, and people should understand that even in Samuel's situation, you have forgot to update the EUI, and by not updating the EUI, there are chances that immigration might come back and say you are trying to mislead us.
That's right. Okay.
Okay, now some people, we have seen they will come to us, or we won't show department that we are married and all those kind of things. Don't do that, guys. Department has unknown sources. They will come up with an answer, where they'll find out that you are married, and it's a big situation. People know that you are married. So I would not advise Sandy, just try, trying to lodge a new EUI, and hopefully you might get the invitations.
All right. So moving on, guys. We have a next question. It's from Dave, and he says that I'm a registered nurse at 70 points, living and working in Victoria, and I have not been invited for 190 by Victoria. What should I do? For 190.
See, again, Dave, registered nurse, you are with 70 points. Unfortunately, Victoria has not invited you because they are picking up nurses considering 70 plus points we have seen. Okay. They are picking up nurses even with superior English. Okay, I will advise you to go with 189. Okay, because department is picking up nurses with 65 points.
Okay, that's a good news there.
Yes, and again, Mr. Singh, the second thing about Dave here is that we don't know how long he has lodged his ROI.
That's right.
Sometimes people expect that we lodge the ROI right now. Okay. And then we will be getting the invite in coming next 24 hours.
Okay, that's right.
So again, there, that's not a situation. Victoria has given us, a time frame sort of they expect, not guaranteed, 6 to 12 weeks sort of situation where they'll be coming up with invitation rounds. So I'll probably say let's go with 189 EUIs, and you'll have happy news soon.
All right, so let's look at some more questions we have coming here. So there's Ravi Shankar. He's saying that what are the chances for civil engineer with 70 points from onshore?
Okay, Ravi, first of all, Mike, there will be a lot of, we are answering these Facebook questions, guys, all right? So yes, Ravi, thanks for joining the live session. 70 points onshore mechanical engineer, he said, isn't it? Civil engineer. There are a lot of people who are sitting above you. I'll probably advise you to increase your more points, considering you might have another options like a state nomination if you're onshore. Given that if you're in Victoria, let's try 190 if you're working in skill level 1 or 2. Even if you are not working, still submit the ROI, might, you never know.
Okay. So let's look at, there are a lot of questions with other subclasses basically. So we just concentrated on 189 today. So it's somebody asking, what's his name? Karan Khanna. He's asking that 90 points onshore as software engineer, 105 as family.
See, again, Karan, we haven't seen any invites for 189 considering the ICT occupations. Okay, so we are expecting, that once they have covered up a lot of nurses, a lot of doctors, and we are all seeing all these health professionals getting invitations for 189. We are expecting that department will, start considering ICT occupations, given that your occupation software engineer itself comes in, priority migration skill occupation list. So you might have the invitation soon. But if you are saying that you are sitting on 90 points, still 190 Victoria can be a nice option, given that we want to see what kind of, salary packages we are getting into.
Okay, and the next caller is Parvinder Kaur, and he's saying that she's on 65 points as enrolled nurse. Any chance in Victoria working as EN in two places, 190 or 491?
Okay, Parvinder Kaur, thanks for joining. In your case, I'll advise you, let's go with 491. Again, we haven't seen any invitations for 190 for enrolled nurses. I wouldn't say that we won't get invitations, but if you are in a hurry, I'll probably, Mr. Singh, advise her to go with the 491. You must be living and working in regional Victoria for 491.
They are all questions regarding Victoria and states.
Now we'll go one by one. We have got another question coming from Sam Shah. He's saying, why not ICT occupations invite? Sam, first of all, department have got their own sort of situations. They've got all these scenarios and sort of surveys which they undertake before getting into invites. What kind of occupations are in? They have to go through this employment sort of surveys and all these data they have to gather before inviting people. So that's why we are expecting ICT invitation rounds coming soon. Okay, just stay tuned. We are expecting department will wake up and start inviting ICT people.
All right.
Yeah.
So there's Javik Patel, and he wants to know what are the chances of restaurant manager from onshore, 65 points.
Restaurant manager, Javik, again, not many people will be choosing that occupation. Considering it comes under hospitality sector, there are high chances for 491. Okay, I assume you are working at a managerial level, will give us an indication that he's holding high package. Okay, so there are high chances. How many points did he say?
65 minimum points.
If now 65, I'm assuming that he's holding 50 points and state is giving him 15 points. Okay, I'll try to say let's try and increase more points if you can try to focus on 7 each and situation. But yeah, there are high possibilities for 491. Yes.
All right. So next question we have is from Puneet Kaur, and she's saying that what will happen if someone loses 5 points of age after nomination, but before invitation?
Sorry, what was that?
What will happen if someone loses 5 points of age after nomination, but before invitation? And then
no. What Puneet? Yeah, what I can understand you are saying is, say for example, I've submitted the ROI,
yeah,
and then Victoria invites you on 70 points. Okay, and then you are submitting the nomination application, but your points become 65. So it's okay because EUI will automatically be updated. Okay, and you'll get the invitation on 65. So it's nothing to worry about. But considering if you're losing 5 points on the basis of CCL,
okay,
or English or PY, you have to update your EUI. Okay, there are only some situations where EUI will be getting updated by itself.
The next question is from Ravinder, and he's saying working as an electronic engineer with 85 points from 4 months in New South Wales. Should I move to Victoria?
What do you think? Of course, Mike, because the requirement here is you must be living and working in Victoria. We have seen a lot of candidates where they were given the pre-invites, their applications being refused. We are seeing clients now who have submitted their ROIs by themselves. They're coming to us showing us they've lodged the ROI, they were pre-invited, then the department, the state government ended up refusing the application on the basis they were not living in Victoria. Then the straightforward answer is you're working in an occupation where there are high chances you'll get the invite. I'll probably advise you to move to Victoria, start working in Victoria, make sure your points are high, your salary package is nice, and you'll have the invite soon, Mike.
All right, so next question we have is from Prahlad, and he's saying business analyst, 90 points for 189, 2 years plus ongoing experience. What are the chances?
So he's sitting on 95 points. ICT, and he's saying I go offshore to increase chances to get invite. See, again, that's a nice sort of possibilities you guys can do, that going offshore, getting into invitations. But again, it's very hard to predict, fellows. that, is department going to use the same pattern, or they're gonna, come up with a new pattern where, you say, okay, now you have gone on offshore, and then they start inviting onshore.
Yeah.
So but I understand what you're trying to say. There are possibilities, but one should understand that, it's gonna be a sort of a gamble situation where how department's gonna start inviting people is the question.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes.
All right. So the next we have is, again, there's the same to the mechanical engineer. So it's there's one is Saad Hassan. Again, the same. What are the chances of mechanical engineering 95 points onshore for subclass 189 this year?
See again, Saad, you are sitting on 95 points. I'll probably say let's apply for 190 as well. There are chances for 189 because it falls under priority, migration skill occupation list. But I'll probably say let's try for 190 situation here as well, because state, considering your 95 points means you have got 1 year of work experience in your nominal occupation. There are high chances. Again, Mr. Singh, let me educate people on this onshore and offshore sort of situation, where people believe, okay, I should go offshore and do this, I should stay here and do this. It's very unpredictable, guys, that how department's gonna react.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So we have seen 2 invitations where health sector has been invited for onshore, and most of the occupations have been invited for offshore.
Yeah.
Now the question rises, why those people are invited? To my understanding, fellows, if someone is making 70 points from offshore, that means that person is highly skilled. He's working in his nominated occupation.
Yeah.
Okay, he's a skilled candidate.
Yeah.
He might have more than 5 years to 8 years to work experience.
Yeah.
So that's what I believe department is looking at, a skilled candidate.
Okay.
Rather than a candidate who's holding 90 points here, but not working in his nominated occupation.
That's right. Yeah.
So guys, it's always good to try to find a job in your nominated occupation.
Yeah. Okay.
So that, you can find chances for 190. And moreover, when it comes to, a lot of people, they came to us and say, it's not fair. Why those people are being invited from offshore? We are not even being invited from onshore.
Yeah.
We have spent a lot of thousands of dollars on our studies, and all those kind of, comments were made on this. But the thing here is, those people do not have the options for 190 and 491 state sponsor.
That's right. Yeah.
Because, because they can't do it.
Yeah.
But in our case, Mr. Singh, because we are here, we have got 189, 190, 491, all those kind of visas. So I'll probably say, guys, focusing on 189, yes, now because so many invites have been given, people start jumping up and down. Focus on 190 as well.
Okay. So there's the next question is from Aussizz Singh, and he wants to know what are the chances of business analyst with 100 points for 189 onshore.
Again, the question is same, the answer is same. We haven't seen any invitations for ICT sector. We're expecting the invite soon, guys. Hopefully some miracle will happen. Department, the person who gives the invite, he will understand the situation, that why only, I can understand why only, they are inviting nurses. We do understand, pandemic was here, now pandemic, COVID is gone, everybody is normal. They should start inviting people, previously with the invitation round as well, Mr. Singh, it was very easy to make sure that on 11th there was a round, and then they started changing into 3 months. Now they are following this cycling pathway, whenever they feel like.
Yeah. So what do you think, Mr. Kamaljeet, that the next round is going to be? When is going to be? Any predictions?
See, predicting things, Mr. Singh, we can only advise people. Giving the prediction how department's gonna come up, I would probably say, November.
Yeah.
There might be another round before Christmas.
Yeah.
Because
yes,
sort of slow they are going on.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, before Christmas, Santa might come down and give us gifts of engineers and ICT occupations being invited rather than only nurses. I can understand even guys, like nurses are being invited for 190. Those people should just withdraw their UIs. There's another point, guys. If you have been invited for 189, just withdraw your UI for 190. Because we are seeing candidates, they are holding 2 invites, nurses being invited for 189, and then again the same nurse is being invited for 190.
That's right. Yeah.
Just withdraw your UI and try to save that invitation for someone who is in a need. But again, it's very hard to understand the situation. Sometimes people become very lazy, or they are in a situation where they don't care. But we need to understand that these guys, because from last 2 years, a lot of students have suffered, people have suffered. It's always good that we should understand that if we are able to help each other in this time period.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So somebody else can obviously get an invite if you withdraw the thing. So if you make it opens the door for some other people, that would be great.
Yeah.
All right. So the next question here is from Inakshi, and she's saying, my husband is working as a motor mechanic in Victoria for 3 years, 80 points for 189, and 85 for 190. Any chances?
See, if she's, what was the name? Inakshi, yes. Inakshi, again, if your husband has been working for 3 years as a motor mechanic, why don't he go for 186? Employee sponsor, which is a direct PR pathway and a direct entry. Moreover, yes, there are chances, because at the moment we are seeing they're inviting candidates with high points, given that, number of seats Victoria, which is holding, there are high chances. Just keep working. I'm not sure how much is the salary. How many points did you say?
80 points for 189 and 85 for 190.
The points are good as well. So there are high chances to stay calm. We might have an invite soon. Moreover, I'll advise you to discuss, 186 visa option as well.
All right. So there's a next question from Umesh, and he says that, hey, but onshore chefs are being invited at 65 points, and here waiting onshore at 80 points for 189.
Of course, as I previously mentioned, Umesh, people onshore are pretty frustrated. Mr. Singh, that onshore, offshore people have been given the invitations. Why we have not been given the invitations? We are in onshore, we have studied, we have got high points, this, that, and all those kind of comments were made on the social media, guys. We should understand that offshore people do not have this luxury to go into 190. There are strict criteria for states. Okay. We shouldn't get jealous. At least someone's getting invite. Thanks to department, rather than not inviting people at all. At least they have started inviting.
They're moving forward.
Yes. We are expecting, in given time frame, maybe they might wake up and come up with this, sort of boom that, okay, IT and engineers will start getting invited.
Absolutely. It looks like that, that they are choosing operation like a sort of a sequence, we can say.
Yes.
Right.
Because frustration, Mr. Singh, getting frustrated and making sure that, this is how it's gonna go, this is what I'm thinking it should be. It doesn't work like that. Department, of course, whatever they're doing is pretty frustrated. But guys, I'll advise you, keep your high points. Wait for 189. Yes, people are thinking to move offshore and do all those kind of things. There are possibilities to do those kind of things. Okay, but again, given the weightage, how about if they've given 2 rounds now from offshore, and then they give 2 from onshore, and then they go like that. Then it's very, sort of a situation where it's very hard to predict what we're gonna do. So I'll probably say, let's stay onshore and focus on, getting 189s.
This is just quick questions, and somebody's asking for how long does it take to finalize a 189 application? And there's no answer to that. It depends on department, but with the current trend, is there any sort of a general idea?
Yes, Gautam has asked this question, how long it takes to finalize. So again, when it comes to assessing the visa application, guys, if it's ready to submit applications, people have got invitations, they will be lodging the visas. If you believe your application is ready to submit, there are high chances, especially in nurses, we have seen within 1 month, Mr. Diljan Singh, departmental officers have been given, the visa grants to us. But again, if you just attach the passport, which is with your thumb, covering your passport number, it doesn't make any sense in that. How it will take time. So make sure, guys, when you're lodging your visas, trying to help the case officers, trying to help the departmental officers to understand the point system and go from there. We have got Manpreet Singh asking Victoria 190 state nomination refuses due to annual earning mismatch. Applied for review. What are the chances of success? Now, given that, Manpreet, first of all, you should understand why it was mismatching. Okay. Why you provided the incorrect information.
That's right.
To the state. Okay, that's the question. Again, sometimes people are not what do you call that, skilled or understanding these regulations and how the stuff works. Yes, you can apply for the review, given that if you have got the plain whites, department, the state government should understand how long you've been working there. You can attach your letters from your employer, the necessity of you being with the employer. There are chances, I'm not sure what your occupation is, but there are chances you might, get the outcome in your benefit. Yeah.
All right, Kamaljeet, the next question is it says LK, and he says that I have a qualification for construction project manager and civil engineer. So, in your opinion, which occupation should I choose?
See, considering both occupations are nice. Okay, construction project manager, civil engineer, both are very nice occupations. Given that CPM will have less candidates, okay, as compared to civil engineers.
Okay.
So because not many people will be construction project managers. Okay, so if you are in Victoria and you have that type of a skill, you are getting nice package. I'll probably ask you to submit ROI. Considering civil engineer is also a nice occupation, but again, a lot of students who have completed bachelors in civils coming through the CDR pathways and obtaining their skill assessment, there will be a lot of competition. So let's go with CPM.
All right. So the next question is from Damanpreet, and he's saying, just asking for a friend basically. So he said he got an invitation for 189 last round. However, in his EOI, he had mistakenly mentioned in the usual country of residence to India while he is onshore. And can anyone advise if there's any problem?
See, first of all, I don't think so. It's for his friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what you are trying to do here is, Daman, I don't understand. Okay, but again, these type of questions, which are coming up in a gray area, is very hard to answer. Whether it's gonna be any problem. Yes, it's gonna be a problem, because when we are submitting EOIs, there is an questionnaire at the end of the EOI where departmental questionnaire comes up with, make sure you are not misleading the department.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, there is no such thing that your friend was residing in India. Okay. Considering what you have done, okay, or your friend has done, there might be a problem coming up with you are trying to mislead the department. Okay, because they can see with your addresses and all those kind of things. I'll probably say, your friend should just go offshore and lodge a new EOI, and you might have the invite. Yes.
All right. So the next question is from Nadia, and she says that, can I apply for a 189 and provide receipts of the PCC and then provide the actual certificate letter? Can it be a scanned copy or need original?
Nadia, yes. Assume like she's an offshore candidate, because she has used this word need original. Nowadays, everything is electronic.
Yeah.
So yes, you can go ahead and lodge your 189 visa application. Okay. Given that, yes, intention to obtain PCC is the terminology which we present in front of the case officer, showing your intentions.
That's right. Okay.
That you have intentions to obtain the PCC, it should not be an issue. They do understand that, given that some of the authorities from different countries are taking extra time period, or some countries, like Afghanistan, are failing to give us the PCC, and department do understands that. So yes, you can provide them with the scan copy if you obtain one. We always recommend it must be 300 dpi scan, so it's easier for the case officer to read it.
Right. All right. So that's the answer, Nadia. You can apply with that receipts. That should be fine. And the next question we have from Karan, and he's saying that how an individual person will keep up the high points by losing points from age and expired PT and RT by waiting for invitations.
See, Karan, of course, we can see the frustration here.
Yeah.
Okay, people are frustrated that they have been waiting for so long. Department, makes all these sort of ridiculous pattern of inviting people. the way of increasing points is, if you are losing points for age, try to gather points for regional study, try to gather points for work experience.
Yeah.
Okay. Expired PT and NATI, again, try to obtain new PTE, guys. If you believe your PT is expiring in next 3 months or so,
yeah,
I'll probably advise. So NATI, I'll probably say, if it's expiring in 6 months or so,
yeah.
let's go with the NATI again. With new legislation being passed, is valid for 5 years now.
Yeah.
So yes, it's frustrating, Karan, but again, that is not the end of the day or end of a life. How about studying something else where you will be getting invitations, on less points,
Yeah.
where 1 year of sort of investment can be made to obtain, points.
Okay.
Yeah.
So next question we have is from Harini, and she said that can we apply for direct PR through enroll nurse rather than the pathway for bachelor's, that's RN, and what will be the pathway if it's the EN, and will I have more to regional states like Adelaide?
See, Harini, first of all, EN cannot apply for 189. Okay, you need to understand, because occupation comes under short-term skill occupation list.
Yeah.
Okay, EN will only be under the possibilities of 190 and 491.
Yeah.
So yes, South Australia and Western Australia can be one of those states which can be handy in your case. Given that if you are not that fussy about nursing, I'll probably say graduate diploma in teaching might be that option.
Yeah.
If your English is good.
All right.
In the meantime, while you are going through Diljan, we have got in the saying, for work experience as RN working on 20 to 30 hours from 2019 till now, can we claim 10 points for work experience with these hours by working in normal occupation? In the thing for general skill migration, which is 189, 190, 491, minimum 20 hours per week should be fine. So in your case, you are working 20 to 30 hours per week. So if you are claiming 10 points, so given that we are claiming 3 years, so you must have 156 pay slip showing us those hours to satisfy that criteria. Yes.
All right. So the next question is from Pramita. Pramit, sorry. And she's saying once invited to apply for 190, can we lodge the visa application on a bridging visa?
Of course, might. Why we shouldn't?
Yeah.
Might just lodge it. Once you get invitation, just lodge the PR. People. We are seeing invitations given for 189, then people take all these many days to make sort of applications ready and all those kind of things. Just lodge the visa, Mike. It's always good to lodge the visa.
Okay, Kamaljeet. So the next question comes from Rajbir, and he said, "Sir, I have applied a South Australia nomination 6 weeks ago as motor mechanic with 65 points, 491. What are the chances?"
First of all, Rajbir, you seems like he has gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sort of. That's okay. That's okay. It's okay. People are eager to get the answers. So yes, Rajbir, South Australia is one of those states, which has been very helpful to international students during COVID. Okay. There are high chances. Motor mechanic, 65 points. They are not focusing, as long as you're meeting the minimum eligibility criteria. We are seeing the South Australia is giving invites. I'll probably say you will have a good news soon, might, because you are not focusing that 190 situation. You're focusing on 491. Excuse me, guys. So yes, there are high chances, brother.
All right. All right. So next question we have is from Umar, that's Sandeep, and he says that 186, 2022 August lodge. How long will it take? And he has applied as a chef. 186.
So 186, guys. Again, it's an employer sponsored category. A candidate has joined us. Yes, considering that 186 will take approximate. We are expecting 9 to 12 months.
9 to 12 months.
Okay, we are talking about nomination is a thing which is taking time. Visa is not that long once the nomination has been approved. Yes. So make sure your documentation is ready. It's ready to submit applications. And hopefully PR time. Yes. So again, guys, understanding 189, before we are coming close to ending this session, please try and understand that if you have got the invitations and you have expired skill assessment, expired English, expired NATI, do not go ahead and lodge your visa. Okay, because again, basically, we'll get our visa refused.
Okay.
You know.
All right. So before we end, so what is the final advice to the offshore and the onshore candidates, those who are dealing with this skilled visas, or one, especially the 189s?
Yes. See again, guys, what we normally recommend is we have seen candidates who are pretty frustrated, especially onshore candidates are frustrated in regards to, even agents are frustrated, like what's going on. There are people who are in Australia, why we are not getting invites. We do understand, guys, but that is not the answer. That is not the solution. The solution for onshore candidate is, yes, we have lodged the 189. Why shouldn't we start focusing on 190 and 491?
That's right.
If you are that type of a candidate who has got less points, your visa is expiring or those kind of situations are arising, consider some other course focusing on 1 year of study or something. Okay. If you are saying no, we can't wait and we want to experiment all these kind of things, where someone wants to go offshore, that can be a situation. But again, at the time of invitation, if you are invited and you are onshore, that might be another question as well.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'll probably say for onshore candidate guys, try na stick with onshore for at least one more invite to have a better understanding. That how 189 candidates are being invited, engineers are being invited, or whether they're going to pick up ICT occupations. We are seeing they have started with 490 family, 491's family sponsor as well. So let's give one more invite, and we are coming out of this COVID, government has changed. Things will change. It might go into our benefit. With New South Wales is one of those states, where again, it's up to the state how they're going to go. But yeah, it was pretty bad news for the New South Wales candidates, Mr. Singh. But that is the advice for onshore candidates. For offshore candidate guys, if you are those type of candidates who are in offshore, means outside Australia, and are planning to get your invites, I'll probably say make sure you take legal advice, because your expired documents will again end up your visa being refused. Okay, it's a permanent resident visa. Okay, department will not give you one sort of those assumptions considering your skill assessment for certain occupations. Okay, so trying to make sure your documents are valid, your English is valid, your NATIs and all those kind of things are valid. Understand the criteria. If you are going to lodge EOI, okay, it's always advised to get someone professional to help you rather than your friend helping you. And you are coming up with, because we are seeing a lot of applications, guys, especially this pandemic, where people were getting invitations on the basis of wrong points.
Absolutely.
Because my friend got invited, I got jealous. I wanted the invite and I did something stupid. And now I might end up with this 4020 situation where, we have come up with a ban period.
Absolutely.
Yes. So that is advice, guys.
All right. So guys, I think that should be it for today. And as Kamaljeet has already explained, so always be updated with your UI, right? And claim the right points, provide the correct information. And if something is expiring, so get it done again before you get an invitation. And what else?
See again, guys, while I was going through these comments, people are saying you're not answering my question. It's a lot of comments which have not been answered. Quickly, he's saying I've done MIT, my NATI and PT with aid, but not working in my own occupation. May I know which way I can apply PR? See again, Arish Raza Khan will be the last answer which I'm giving. I'll probably say let's go with 189 and 190, both the options. Okay, considering you are not working in your normal occupation, but if you're in Victoria working in skill level 1, 2, or 3 occupation, you can go ahead and submit your ROI, given that if you have got high sort of points. there are possibilities, you will you may get the invite as well. So that was it from our side, guys. We apologize. There are a lot of comments and which is not possible for us to answer within those 15-20 minutes. Major eligibility criteria, understanding how EUI is working. It was a nice Q&A session with you guys. Thanks for joining. Keep joining, guys. If you need more sessions, we always expect you guys to leave a comment under the video. So our marketing team is basically focused on what kind of questions or what kind of sessions you're expecting from our side. Okay, and from now on, that is it from our side, guys. And good evening.
All right, thank you, Kamaljeet, for that informative session, and I hope all the viewers have got the queries answered. And for those who we could not answer, we are really sorry, and we'll try to cover them in the next session. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Have a good evening.
Nice.
Thank you.